The 120-degree triangle ruler from EZ Quilting makes it quick and easy to cut shapes such as this one that are 120-degree triangles, whether we do them as a whole unit or also allows us to cut half triangles to make our piecing more easy. As we're working with the ruler, you can see we've got lots of different lines on that, and it allows us to cut from a variety of different shapes, ranging from a 1.5-inch unit all the way up to a 6.5-inch block. Let me show you how easy it is to work with the 120-degree triangle ruler from EZ Quilting. I'm going to be cutting units that finish at 2 inches in height, and that measurement is going to be from here to here, as we're determining using this as our height measurement for the 120-degree triangle. In order to do that, we start out with a 2.5-inch strip of fabric, and we're going to want to fold it over. And as we fold it over, we want to fill the area where we're aligning our 2.5-inch line here and our fold of fabric on the dashed line. And we're going to hold our grid in place and then cut through both layers of fabric. I like to pull them away just to make sure I've got a good clean cut. And then when we open this up, we've now got our 120-degree triangle cut. To continue cutting down the strip, we're going to keep folding and then rotating our ruler. What I found works well on this side is to fold the fabric away from me, flip my ruler over, reading from the back side, we're going to be aligning on the fold of the fabric here on the dashed line, and then the 2.5-inch line here, and then trimming to create another unit, and then continuing this process of folding the fabric, lining up, and then trimming as we work our way down the strip. And as we're cutting these units, we end up with our triangle pieces, each of them cut exactly and perfectly mirror images of each other. As we're working with the 120-degree triangles, what we discover is, in order to sew them together to form a block like this, we're going to need to sew a Y seam. Not everybody enjoys sewing Y seams, so another option is to use 2 half units in place of one of the 120-degree triangles. As you can see here, this will allow us to sew these 2 units together, these 2 pieces together, and then finally sew this together to create our block without having to use a Y seam. And one of the neat features of this EZ Quilting ruler is that we can easily cut these half pieces with it. And let me show you how to do that now. Again, working with our 2.5-inch strip, what we're going to do is fold it in half, and I'm going to trim the edges even. And rotate this around. And then we're going to line up again the 2.5-inch line with the bottom of our cut edge. But in this case, what we're doing is we're shifting it over. Since we don't have a fold here, we're not going to be placing the dashed line on the fold. We're going to be placing the edge of the ruler on the cut edge of the fabric. And then we're going to cut with our angle. And as you can see, we've got a blunt tip across the top here, and that will allow us to piece in with the appropriate seam allowance already cut in place. Because I folded the fabric together right sides, when we open this up, that gives us our mirror image of each other. In order to continue cutting these, we just flip our ruler over Line up the cut edge of the fabric with the 2.5, the angle there. And trim, and now we've created another set of mirror image half triangles so that you can use those to make your piecing easier when working with the 120-degree triangles. Many times when quilting, I'll see a pattern that I really liked, but I thought, that looks a little complex to make. And it contained shapes such as those cut with the 120-degree ruler. Now that I've learned how to use this 120-degree triangle ruler from EZ Quilting, I'm definitely going to flip back through my patterns and pull some of those out that before looked intimidating, but now will be really quick and easy to do, whether I choose to piece them with a Y seam or whether I substitute out half triangles, which will allow my piecing to be even easier as I don't have to use a Y seam. I hope you enjoy working with the 120-degree triangle ruler from EZ Quilting as much as I did. I know it's one that I definitely want to add to my toolbox, and I've got several patterns in mind that I want to work with using it.